Welcome back to my channel, and this is the second car boot haul. I am Lottie, owner of Vintage Living Home, and I am going to be running through the things that I got this weekend at Ford Airfield Car Boot. We weren't actually going to go this weekend, but it got to about 8:30 and I just was like, we have to. And I am kind of glad I did because I got some amazing things. We paid about £80 for all of them, and once you see what I've got, comment below whether you thought it was worth it, because I think it was definitely worth it. But let's get straight in and I'll show you what I got. So first of all, I picked up this. This was actually the last thing I picked up, but it is Dalton just vase or planter, and I have done well with Dalton before, so I thought this might be worth a go. I haven't actually done my research yet, so I don't know if it has been worth it, but it was £5. Then I picked up this. My partner actually found this, and I am very proud of him because these sort of things sell really well at my shop on Etsy. It has got a tiny little chip there, but it is still worth it because I have sold chipped ones before and it hasn't made a difference. Then I picked up some lovely brass items. First of all is this brass hippo. Never seen a brass hippo before. Then I picked up this swan like matchstick or planter. And then I also picked up this stamp box. I've recently just sold 2 of these for around £30. So I paid £13 for all 3 of these items, but I thought it was worth it considering I'd get my money back just on this one item. I've also sold similar ones to these but smaller, and they sell really well, so I thought the bigger one's going to sell even better. Then I picked up this. It's not incredibly old, but I really like the design of it, and it was only £1. It has got a maker's mark on the bottom as well, but I just got it because of the design. And I do think it will sell really well. Then I got this from the same stall. It's just a little hanging plate and it was only £1. I also got these. There's a set of 5 of them, but I know one is chipped that I saw at the store, so I'll make it a set of 4, which I probably would do anyway, even if it wasn't chipped, because people, for some reason, whenever there's a set of 5, they just think, oh, it was once a set of 6, one's damaged. Whereas a 4, they just think of it as a set. But I think I paid around £2 for all 5 of them. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm constantly running out of blue and white side dishes and dinner sets, so I pick them up wherever I can find them. And I picked up this from the same stall. It was only 50p, and I could tell it was an old design, and it's also Mason's. Then I picked up this, and it was only £1. It seems to be some of the older design, and you can see on the bottom there is going to be an older design one, and I just thought for the price I had to pick it up. And look. So then I also picked up this, which I am guessing is a tea caddy. I personally just love the design on here, and originally when I went to the store, the guy said £10, and then the wife next to him turned around and was like, no, we'll sell it for 5. So I wouldn't have paid £10 for it, but I did pick it up for 5, and it is really clean inside, so I'm happy with that. You'll find that this haul is a lot of plates and serving bowls. But that is also what's doing really well in my shop at the moment. I also picked up these, and they have got some chipping to the sides, and lettuceware is probably one of the only things I'll pick up with damage on, because I know I can still sell it. I paid £3 for the 2 of these, and I still am very happy with that price. I sell a lot of lettuceware in my booth as well, so even if I didn't want to send one, I could always put it in there. Now I also picked up this Old Willow serving plate. It is quite a large one, and I generally wouldn't pick up the larger ones because they are an absolute nightmare to send, but I am running that low on Old Willow that I thought I'd pick it up, and it was only £1 as well. But yes, I might put this in my booth. I'm not sure yet. but for £1 I thought it was definitely worth it. I also sell a lot of old willow to America, but recently, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, the American sales have gone really low. I've gone from selling easily a piece a day to America to now selling only maybe 1 or 2 a week, and I know there is a lot going on over there at the moment, so that might explain why. But has anyone else noticed the drop in sales to America? Then, just to carry on with the old willow, I also picked up this vase. This sort of branded sort of china always sells well in my antiques booth in Arundel, and so I did pick this up for £5, and I do think that this will sell for a lot more, so it is okay. My booth in Arundel is starting to get a little bit better and more profitable. Over the winter I have struggled making a profit. My booth is also rather big there, so I am paying a lot more. So hopefully over the summer it will get a little better. Arundel Castle, which is right next to our antique centre, is reopened now, so more people will be coming to Arundel, so hopefully that means more sales. I also picked up this large serving dish. Again, it was £1 and I just couldn't leave it. It's Wedgwood, and I did really love the design because I feel like this design's a little bit more modern than a lot of other serving dish designs. So I did pick it up. I probably could have left it, to be honest, because I try not to buy these big serving plates because they are a nightmare to send. Then I picked up this Portmeirion serving dish, again from the same stallholder. I just shouldn't have gone to that stall really, but it was also £1, and because it was Portmeirion, I do know that the fish design does do okay. I generally don't pick up this sort of fish motif design, but as it was Portmeirion, I did. Again, this might be a booth piece because it just seems to be the brands that sell really well. Coalport seems to sell really well at my booth. Don't know why, people just must love Carboot there. I know there is quite regularly dealers coming in every week, so maybe the dealers do really well on Carboot as well. I picked up this blue and white pedestal dish. I had a pair of these sell for me on eBay last year for £35, and they sold really quickly, so I also picked up this one. This was £2. Yes, it is obviously singular, but I think it will do well. It's slightly bigger size than the ones I had before, and I think that's a bit more useful. So now we are on to the serving sets that I got. This lady had rows of boxes of serving sets, dinnerware, glassware, everything, and I just went through and picked out the sets that I thought I could sell the best. I ended up buying 3 sets, one for £8, one for £12 and one for £15. I did have to barter her down a little bit just because a couple of the second sets she did ask £20 for, and because I didn't want to sit there and check every item, I was taking a little bit of a risk. But I'll show you which ones I got. So I've got, I think there's 8 dinner plates of this set. From what I can see, there doesn't seem to be much damage, so that is a good sign. But I've got 8 dinner plates, then I've got 6 side plates, a tureen. I think I've got another 6 smaller dinner plates in that set, and that was £8. Then I picked up this set. This is also the gravy boat matching. And I picked up these, there's 2 of these, then there's 8 large dinner plates. I think there's smaller dinner plates, side plates, and I think there's larger side plates, I'm not quite sure, and then I've got the gravy boat as well. This was originally, she was asking £20 for, and just because most of this design is white, I was a little bit worried that it might not sell quite as well. I obviously loved the flower motif, and I'm going to be honest, I did buy it with the sort of thing of, we're getting married next April and I want all vintage crockery, and this, I'm going for pink and greens. So I sort of said to my partner, if it doesn't sell, it'll be perfect for the wedding. So I did pick up these and I got her down to £12. So then the next set I picked up was more of the serving dishes and cookingware dish lot. And this was the pattern that I got. They're all this design. and the maker's mark is below here, and these were all made in France. When I first picked them up, I thought they were very Port Merion style, and Port Merion does so well for me. So I was very excited, and then I have done my research on this, and each piece are looking like they're going for quite a lot of money. So I picked up these larger ramekins in the set, and these are going for around £10 each on eBay. On Etsy they were going for even more. I have with the whole set, I can try and list them off. So I bought 4 dinner plates, 5 side plates, 4 like cereal bowls, 4, don't really know how to describe them, like side bowls sort of thing, 2 large cooking dishes, a tray, and a couple more little side plates, those ramekins, this dish, a cooking dish. I think that might be it. So, and that was all for £15. So definitely worth it. These on eBay were going for around £30 each. So they're going just as well as like Port Merion's going for. Obviously going to be a bit of a nightmare to list because I have to list them all separately. I'm not selling them as sets. I always do that. I buy big sets because people think they're a nightmare to deal with, and then I split them off. Some people even go as far as splitting them off into separate plates as like replacements. I personally don't sell replacement plates. If I find a pretty single plate and it is cheap, I will buy it. And to be honest, to America, last month they were doing really well. I think I sold about 6 single plates. So I will probably start doing that a bit more, but when I get big sets of like 6 plates, I'm not going to separate them. For a set of 6 plates, I sell them for around £40 to £50 each, depending on the designer. And personally, I'm very happy with that. Bearing in mind, I bought these sets for £8 to £15. I think that is a very good profit. I think I have shown you everything that I picked up. So do you think £80 was worth it after all of that? I personally think it was. Last week I spent £80, and although I got a lot more single things and not big sets, I do think I'm probably going to make more this week. But a lot more to send off and package, but that is at the end of the day what vintage is like. I have to say we bought that much and it weighed that much that it actually broke my cart that I walk around with, so I'm gonna have to invest in a new one of those. But to be fair, I only paid £7 for it on Temu, so I expected it to break long before this, so I'm quite happy with that. But do comment which ones you thought were your favourite and which ones you probably wouldn't have bought or would have bought. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe and come back to watch our next video.